Hey, yeah, what's up? This disciple Marcello Currents reign back up in this anti-Illuminati all day, anti-telepathy all day, anti-gangstalker all day, anti-Freemason all day, anti-witch all day, anti-warlock all day. Yeah, so this message right here is going to be about equality of humanity confused with quality of persons. Equality of humanity confused with quality of persons. Equality of humanity confused with quality of persons. See, there are people in the world that don't understand two things. In the world, there is high quality people and low quality people. That's all you need. That right there is one of the most important gems that you can understand in life. Because once you understand that you're dealing with low quality people, you have almost everything you need to know. Because now you're not going to spin your wheels thinking, well, they should know this, they should know that, they should understand this, they should understand. They're low quality people, which means, hear this part, which means they made a conscious decision to be low quality. They made a decision to be uh, poor in quality. Okay? And it's a choice. Now, equality of humanity is what most people try to articulate as far as saying no one's better than another person. They're trying to say they're what they're doing is they're blending two into one. Okay? They're saying when they say so let me explain it. When they say no one's better than anyone else, they're blending equality of humanity with quality of persons. So the first blend is what they're trying to say, but they can't articulate it, is that all humanity should have human rights, equal human rights. All humanity should be treated the same. All humanity is the same as far as anatomy, for the most part, right? We're all made equal for the most part, right? We all should have human rights that are the same, right? We should all be treated the same, right? Okay, that's equality of humanity. That's what they're trying to say, is that no one is better than anyone else, and we all should have human rights and be treated equally, right? That's what they're trying to articulate. But what happens is in the middle of trying to articulate that, in the scenarios and situations that they're in, it's really not a matter of equality of humanity. It's a matter of quality of persons. So it's not a matter of human rights and being treated equally as humans in most scenarios. In many of these scenarios where ignorance plays a key role, it's really about the qualities of persons. And what they want to do is make low quality and high quality be on the same plane. They want to make high quality people be equal with low quality people. And the only way that's possible is through equality of humanity. But when it comes to quality of persons, it's no way a high quality person is going to be equal with a low quality person. So when they address the situation, really what it is, the real situation at hand is really high quality persons versus low quality persons. And then one person wants to come in and say that that high quality person thinks he's better than the low quality person, in which they're trying to articulate that we as humanity are equal. Yes, that's what you're trying to articulate. But what you're looking at is the fact that this person is more high quality than the other person. But you want to make them equal. But so what you do, you want to make them equal as far as quality. So what you do is you go back to equality of humanity to make them equal as far as quality of persons. And this is the mistake that you've made with many situations and many scenarios, and when in throughout the world, raising up of kings and raising up of queens and raising up of thrones and pulling down of thrones. You're trying to make people equal with each other that are different types of quality. It's apparent by their actions. It's apparent by what they say and don't say. Okay, and that determines the quality of the individuals. And when you have low quality people and high quality people, there has to be a separation. Okay, and that separation, you think, make it seems like that the high quality people that are separated from low quality people think they better than the low quality people. But guess what? God is going to do the separation. Oh, that's a 7 owl. God is going to do the separation. God is going to separate high quality people from low quality people. And so what you're also picking up on is that divine separation that God has brought between high quality people and low quality people. And when God has done a work and you're looking at that work and you're looking at how that person is moving and you're looking at it and saying that person thinks they better than us. That person thinks he's better than other people. That person thinks she's better than other people. And you don't realize that God has separated you from them because you are low quality. And God will not taint his work with your low quality. When these people have toiled and labored to be the people that they are, and then you want to come and pull it down, and you want it to be equal with you, lazy with you. When it comes to spirituality, see, a lot of people, they'll go out here and work. But when it comes to spirituality, when it comes to character and integrity, you are a lazy person. I got to do a video on that. You are a lazy individual when it comes to morality, spirituality, mentality, and all the above. You are a lazy individual. See, we all have our strengths. And so, see, more than now than ever, we don't need a whole bunch of hard workers out here. It's enough of that going on. We need some hard workers that's laboring in spirituality, that's laboring in morality and in purity and integrity. We don't have that. We don't have that going. You don't have that going on. What you have is a whole bunch of hard workers, no different than the slavery times. And everybody esteems them as, oh, that's good people. They working. Well, people were working in slavery times too. And what I'm saying, don't misunderstand what I'm saying. A lot of people this is more directed towards the people that influence you to work, who say you should be working, which is your government, which is the leaders that's over you. They're saying it for, you don't know if they're saying it for slave reasons, to make you go out there and work to stimulate their economy. Because if you haven't noticed, or you have not recognized, rather better to say, labor in this country stimulates the economy. Okay? So when you're out there working, you're stimulating the economy. because you're working for a corporation and you're going to take that money and give it to another corporation. Whether it be Walmart, Ace Hardware, you're going to give it, the grocery stores, you're going to give it to a corporation, which means your labor is going to stimulate the economy, and the money that you make from the corporation that you spend on other corporations is going to stimulate the economy. And this does not make you a high quality person just because you go out and work. See, that's the masquerade and the camouflage that many people use. Is going out and working makes you a high quality person. No, it does not. You could be a very low quality person, but you could work. You could be a workaholic. You could be out here You could be a workaholic, working, and go abuse your wife and go abuse your kids and abuse your other family members. Okay? It is not an indication. That is not an indication that you, just because you merely work at a corporation, that you're a high quality person. But because of the American community, influenced by white supremacy, that influences us to go out and work, you think that means if you're doing that you're a high quality person. See, that needed to be said, because that's all that people looking at when they're looking at a high quality person, is the fact that they work. That's all they're looking at. And that's why some of these women get in relationships with these guys that got a good job. Yeah, he working. But he also working at beating your brains out too. He's also working at that. He's also working at sexually abusing your kids. Yeah, let's talk about it. These be the very men that infiltrate these women's lives, these hard-working men. Yeah, it's not if you think about it. All these sex abusers and all these people that be abusing these women, it ain't these trifling guys, people you esteem as trifling. Nah, it's the ones that got the good jobs, got the big trucks. Got the big trucks, and he's trucking your daughters. He got big trucks and he's trucking your daughters. It's those guys. It's those guys that do all the abusing, because it's half of them think that it's some way they think it's justified as long as they go out here and work. It's at least as far as abusing a woman. Well, shoot, I go out here and work. I ain't gonna have nobody talking to me any kind of way. And they might think they treating themselves to your daughters because they out here gotta work. They working hard. They think, well, they might subconsciously in their evil conscience think they need a little. That's their treat. Hey, well, with evil deeds comes evil thoughts and perspectives. Right or wrong. So in the world, you got high quality people and low quality people. This is something we cannot manipulate. This is my whole point. We can't manipulate this. This is why in your society, many times high quality people get left behind because you're looking for all the wrong things, or you're trying to make everyone else equal with them, or you're trying to make them intermingle with low quality people in order for you to qualify them for positions. And God ain't gonna have that. God is not gonna have that. You want them to prove that they're good, they're cool with everybody. And they can't be cool with everybody because they're high quality, and it's a lot of low quality people that's all out there. Not everybody, but it's a lot. And so what you wait for, the authorities or the people that have power to say yay and nay as far as money and things like that, you know what you do? You sit back and you put to the test the high quality person to see if they will intermingle with low quality people. And see, when they don't do it, what you think is they are a person who does not feel that humanity is equal. Boy, that's good. You look at them and say, well, because how they interact with other people, I don't think they see humanity as equal. Are you sure about that? Or is it another case of high quality people and low quality people? And you trying to put them all in one egg basket? Like it's the Easter bunny with eggs. You trying to put them all in the same egg basket. And they don't belong there. Okay? And that's what you've been doing. You've been putting high quality and low quality together, and guess what they've been doing? It's been like crabs in a bucket. You know that old school saying, crabs in a bucket. Oh yeah, I come from a city of crabs in the buckets. That's why my city, Charlotte, never made it out. They never made superstars. They never did anything. You know why Charlotte never did it? Because it's a whole bunch of crabs in the bucket. It's a whole bunch of low quality people, and they choose to be low quality. It's not because they're country, it's because they choose to be low quality. And so when you find someone that's high quality, when they find someone that's high quality, rather, they pull them down any way they can. Uh-huh. And you know whose fault it is? It's not only the low quality people's fault, it's your fault for putting them all in the same bucket. Not being able to see that this person is high quality. He don't even deserve to be even compared to those people. And see, that's where you start fluctuating in your mind. You're already doing it right now. When you start thinking about, oh, equality of persons, equality of humanity. Well, you don't know the difference. Admit that I've just showed you something you didn't know the difference about. Equality of humanity and quality of persons. They're two different things. And what you do is when you have an individual that is talented, blessed, man of God, woman of God, what you do is you do the test. Here's the test you give. You give out a test of, here it is, equality of persons. Equality of humanity. But really, it's really a situation of quality of persons. So where they fail, where you feel the high quality person fail is when they separate and they shift and they move out the lane of low quality people. When they shift out the lane of low quality people, you feel they failed the test of equality of humanity. And they can still feel that we're all equal as far as humanity, as far as human beings, as far as human rights, but not being a low quality person's lane. But what you did is you sat back because you wasn't able to differentiate the difference between equality of humanity and quality of persons. What you did was because, listen, just understand that I've just taught you a lot, right? Because this is important in the American community. Just admit it. Just admit it. Just admit it that this is valuable intellectual property to you. Because you didn't know the difference between equality of humanity and quality of persons. And every time there was a shift, even if it was a spiritual shift, even if God did it or the devil did it, where his people made themselves known to be low quality, or God separated his people and they were made to be known high quality, you didn't look at that. What you looked at is we all should be together. And you didn't learn to separate high quality lanes from low quality lanes. And that's why so, like I said, all these people who have the power to bless people and give to people, I ain't gonna say bless people, they have the power to finance people or support people financially or give people opportunities. What you do is you don't understand, you look at your test is the equality of humanity, and what it should be is the quality of persons. Listen, Your test should be the quality of persons. Because look, here it is. If you have a low quality person and you put them in a high quality position, they gonna fail every time. And that's why you got the situation you got now, because you put these low quality people in high quality positions, and guess what? They fail because they didn't have the character. They fail because they didn't have the mentality. They fail because they didn't have the high quality goods. And so because of, and check this part out, because a low quality person is always manipulating, they made you feel, they put you to the test themselves of equality of humanity. But it was a Jedi mind trick, because they tried to say, they tried to use the test of equality of humanity to say we all the same. Won't you give me this opportunity? Won't you give me this? Oh, won't you give us these opportunities? Because in all actuality, we all the same. We all humans. Yes, that's called equality of humanity. But we're not all high quality persons. And so a real boss cannot be manipulated with low quality people who will manipulate and say, oh, we all human. We all the same. And this person is acting like we are not all the same. A boss is not going to be manipulated with that, because they're going to understand the difference between equality of humanity, which means we all have human rights and we all should be treated the same, right? According to humanity, right? According as to proper, decent, foundational human rights, right? They understand that, and understand you're manipulating that because you're a low quality and you want to be in the same situation as this high quality person. And so what you do is you manipulate, talking about he's thinking he's better, he or she thinks he's better, and that's not the situation. The real situation is there's a separation because of your quality and their quality, and they shift because of your quality and their quality. And you point those shifts out and those movements out, which many times God has something to do with. And you take those situations, those movements that God has something to do with many times, and you say that person think they better than everybody else. The low quality people will manipulate. The high quality people will not manipulate. See, when you manipulate, that means you're incompetent in some area. Well, if you're incompetent financially, many people manipulate and they go rob and steal, right or wrong, because you're incompetent as far as money. So you have to go out and manipulate and con and be a con artist. And you do the same thing when it comes to the bosses. When they look at who to bless or when they look at who to give to, you go conning. You go a conning because you've been doing it so long. You've been doing it so long. And the real truth of the matter is the reason why you conning in the first place, the reason why many of you are conning in the first place is because you made a conscious decision to be a low quality person. You didn't know it was a conscious decision, did you? You didn't know it was a conscious decision to be a low quality person. Yes, it is. See, you've probably heard in so many words that it's a conscious decision to be a high quality person. You've heard it in so many ways, but it's also a conscious decision to be a low quality person when you do not do what you should do, when you do not do what you know to do, when you do not do what you should be doing. You've made a conscious decision to be a low quality person. Okay? And we have to understand the difference. We have to differentiate the difference between quality of humanity and quality of persons. Because in a society like this, what the low quality people will do, like I told you, they will always be manipulating. Just like I gave you the example. If somebody is low in funds and low in money, you don't have to, but many people that are low in money, they will go and they will manipulate because of their financial incompetency. And then you will have some people that will be financially incompetent, and they will increase their quality, and this increase of quality of person, not trying to say we're all human, not trying to go and use the equality of humanity card. They will go and increase their quality and get and become financially competent. But there are low quality people that will never increase their quality, which is a choice, and they will sit back and they will manipulate. And when other people should get opportunities, they will manipulate there too. They will manipulate and say we all equal. They will use the equality of humanity card. But you did not increase your quality. Therefore, even if I gave you the opportunity, you wouldn't be able to do what you needed to do. So all we have many times is low quality people that are that just are not qualified. And you think that people that are qualified think they sadiddy. That's what you say. Think they sadiddy. Bougie, sadiddy. And they not bougie. Many people are not bougie or sadiddy. They just high quality. And you take it as sadiddy and bougie. Yeah, let's tell the truth and shame the devil. Because they don't have that same low quality conversation that you have when you kicking around and hanging around, and their quality of conversation is way higher. They like to think about higher quality, higher things in their conversation. You act like they bougie. So everybody that's just cool with just sitting around thinking about nothing and talking about nothing, they sit and point fingers to people that have high quality conversations and have high quality thought processes. And so the real truth of the matter is it's a lot of people that's simply hating on high quality people. That's the real truth of the matter. That's the truth of the matter. The truth of the matter is it's a lot of low quality people hating on high quality people, and it's a lot of high quality people that's sitting back and they don't want nothing to do with low quality people. And what you do is you look at that as being sadiddy and bougie. But ask yourself this question: how can high quality hang with low quality? How? How can that happen? Without the low quality tainting the high quality. So see, what we have here is people that will sit back and look at that, right? Someone that understands, in so many words, I can't hang with that crowd, right? They'll look at that as, oh, that person thinks he's better than us. Oh, that person thinks he's better than us, which means this person, you're insinuating that this person lacks the understanding of equality of humanity. Yeah, that's right. That's right. That's absolutely right. You think this person, because they have seen that they're low quality and they're high quality, and they decided to shift their lanes, you point fingers and say that person doesn't understand equality of humanity. And there are two different dynamics. They are not one and the same. They're not one and the same. Equality of humanity and quality of persons is not one and the same. And hear this part. Hear this part. When you're a low quality person, you can even deny having equality of humanity rights. When you're an extremely low quality person, people will not even acknowledge your humanity. That's a 7 owl. So guess what happens? When you're a low quality person, people do not even acknowledge that you are basically a human. For example, Hitler, the German Hitler, the German leader, the Nazi leader Hitler. Now, he was an extremely low quality person, right? He was an extremely low quality person. Okay, so would you try to acknowledge that he's equal with humanity? You wouldn't see what I'm saying? You wouldn't try to acknowledge that Hitler is equal with humanity, would you? Because it's irrelevant, because his quality is so low that he denied himself of being of human acknowledgement, being acknowledged as a human and his human rights being acknowledged. That part is out the door because his quality was so low as a person. Now you see what I'm saying? But you could say, well, he was human. Everybody's equal. Well, could you say that in the case of Hitler? Could you say that Hitler is equal with everybody? Could you say, oh, well, nobody's better than anybody else? Do you feel that you're better than Hitler? Boy, that's good. Oh, that's a 7 hour. Do you feel that you're better than Hitler? Yes or no? Of course you're going to say you're better than Hitler because of his low quality, and you don't care if people think you're better than Hitler, do you? Do you care if people think you better than Hitler? You're going to move differently than Hitler, right? You're going to shift differently than Hitler, right? You're going to move in a whole different lane, and you don't care if people think you better than Hitler or not, do you? You don't care if people think that. Why? Because he's low quality and you're certain of his low quality. You have just not been able to articulate it like me. But you are certain of his low quality, and you don't care if people think that you're better than this man. You make it clear that you're better in your words and your feelings towards his philosophy and the life that he lived. You make it clear that you're better than him. You make it clear that you think better than him. You make it clear that you live better than him, which comes back to high quality versus low quality. And nobody is trying to hear, in the case of Hitler, that we're all equal. You ain't trying to hear that, are you? Are you trying to hear that? Are you trying to hear that we all the same when it comes to Hitler? When it comes to Hitler, are you trying to hear that we all the same? So you understand that example. You're not trying to hear that. He's too extreme of a low quality person for you to acknowledge his humanity. But see, when it comes to these folks out here, you don't apply what I just said. Why should I acknowledge their humanity when they're low quality, when they're extremely low quality people? I wouldn't acknowledge Hitler's humanity. I don't care. You could say, well, we're all equal. I don't care what you say. He's an extremely low quality person by his own actions and deeds. And I would not be compared to the likes of a man like that. I won't even be in the same category. I won't be compared to the likes of a man like that. Right? Based off of his actions, his character and integrity, his lack of integrity, his lack of morality. So it's the same thing with the gang stalkers. It's the same thing with the hood politicking people. They cause all these problems in your community, and then you sit back and talk about, oh, well, we're all the same. But because of their low quality, they are not comparable. I don't want to hear about their humanity because of their extremely low quality of person. I don't want to hear about their humanity. Just like you don't want to hear about Hitler's humanity. I don't care about Hitler's humanity. I don't care that we're all equal. Do you apply this when it comes to Hitler? Do you apply that we're all equal? You do not apply that. You do not care about that. You feel that he has denied himself of human rights. And how did he deny himself of human rights? Through low quality. These people out here do the same thing, and you don't apply the same thing. They deny themselves of human rights through being extremely low in quality. if they out here gang stalking and hood politicking, playing games around people, conspiring around people, they have denied themselves of human rights through low quality. And what they do is they hide behind equality of humanity. This is how they get the stupid, gullible people. The stupid, gullible people that run your country, the stupid, gullible people who are the authorities over your community. This is how they get them. We're all the same. And they know in their heart of hearts all the low quality stuff they done. But they still trying to make themselves equal with you. That's just like Hitler doing all he did and talking about we all the same. You ain't trying to hear that. You have enough evidence that will make you deny that man of his humanity. It's the same thing. I have enough evidence to deny these people of their humanity. If you out here gang stalking, I'm going to make it very super clear. I deny you of your humanity. If you out here in hood politics, yapping like you a teenager and you're 20 plus years old, 30 plus years old, 40 plus years old, I deny you of your humanity through extreme low quality of person. You don't get to talk about we all the same and you don't get the right, you don't get the luxury of or the rights to that. Because you have denied yourself of that by your own actions of being considered human. Do you consider Hitler human? Or let's better say, do you consider his humanity? Do you consider the humanity of Hitler? You do not, do you? So it's not just applied to the extreme, right? It's not just applied to extreme situations. That should be applied to everybody. That's low quality. Why should I acknowledge your humanity? Why should I acknowledge the fact that you're human when you do certain things? It's out the door. We're only looking at the fact of we're looking at your low quality actions. And that's going to deny you of your own humanity. That's going to be why you're denied of your human rights. When somebody goes into a school like that girl, that transgender man, he goes into a school, shoots 3 9-year-old children, kills 3 Christian leaders in this elementary school. Are you going to say in that person's defense, if they lived, we're all the same, we're all equal? It doesn't matter, does it? That person's low quality actions has denied them as being of their human rights. They have been denied of their human rights being acknowledged. You're ready to shoot them down like a dog. You're ready to give them and if they live, you're ready to give them the death penalty and kill them like a dog. You don't care nothing about their humanity because their low quality actions have denied them of being acknowledged as a human. This is what I'm trying to show you. And you've had it wrong the whole time. And this is why all these communities, including the Black community, the Hispanic and Latino community, including them too. You sit back and they cry about equality of humanity. We're all the same, but your low quality actions have denied you of your human rights. And pay attention to them. Pay attention to Black people. A lot of them use the equality of humanity over and over again. We're all human, but look at the low quality situations. But then you want to come over here and holler about how we're equal as humanity. But you're totally ignoring what denies you of that because of all the gang banging, all the killing of kids, all this stuff going on. So you're denied of equality of humanity in many situations when it comes to opportunities and perspective about you. Because your actions are so low in quality. Okay? So this explains my position. I've grown to the point and matured to the point where I'm able to articulate it perfectly. And many of you have been feeling the same way, and you know what you did? You let people outwit you and outfox you and outtalk you. And you didn't know how to really articulate high quality versus low quality people. You did not know, because what they did was they outfoxed you with equality of humanity, where we're all equal with having human rights. We all should have all human rights, right? They outfoxed you with that, and you just shut down. Once they said we all the same, and they started talking all about that and all of this and that, and acting like that's keeping it real by saying we're all the same. It's also keeping it real by saying it's high quality people and it's low quality people. It's keeping it 100 just as much, if not more. Because now you're differentiating beyond humanity that there's low quality people and high quality people. I think that's keeping it more 100. That's talking about we're all the same. We all know that. we all should, anybody can figure that out. But it's really keeping it 100 when you say, you know what though? We're all human though. But yo, high quality people don't deserve to live with low quality people. They don't. They don't. And I don't care how you take it. We do not deserve to be among low quality people. If you, and it's listen, it's not because you don't have money. It's not because you don't, you're broke or you're something's wrong with you. Low quality is a decision more times than not. Half the times it's a quality, it's a decision that people make. They make the decision. But you can see people that come from the hood. They come from the hood and they make they make decisions to be quality, and they come out the hood and they do things in life and they become successful. So it's not a jab at the hood's experience, because you've seen more times than not, you've seen a million times where someone has a hood life, right? They live in the hood. They have a hood life story, but they are a success story. They become a success story because they decided to be high quality. They didn't decide to succumb to the low quality pitfalls all around them. See, there's a lot of low quality pitfalls around you, and you can fall in those low quality pitfalls. And being 100, it's a lot of low quality pitfalls in the hood. And you can say it's been set up that way. We can debate about how, right, it happened. We can debate about it all night long. But the bottom line is they exist. Low quality pitfalls of alcohol, drugs, selling drugs, gang banging. Those are all low quality pitfalls. And you, like I said, you have a decision. And when you make the decision as a human being of free will to fall into low quality situations and pitfalls, you don't have the luxury of coming over here with us that decided to have high quality decisions and pull ourselves up out of those situations. And now we live a great life. We have a peaceful life. We can go wherever we want. We can eat good. We can roll around and live a peaceful life. And now you want to be in the same situation we in. But you lazy over here in low quality pitfalls. It don't work like that in real life. But it's been working with all these Americans, because you know why it's been working? because they played the card of equality of humanity, and you was too stupid to understand equality of humanity versus quality of persons. And they're not one and the same. They're not one and the same. You're not trying to hear when somebody goes shoot up a school, when a transgender goes shoot up a school. You're not trying to hear, oh, we're all the same. You're not trying to hear that, bruh. And he done killed three 9-year-old kids. Do you care about his humanity? Do you care about he's a human being just like you? Do you care about that? You don't care about it. You don't care about it. And if he would have lived, you would have seen how much the government didn't care about it. They would have executed him. He would have been on death row and been put to death. You know that, I know that. Because it's too out the way what he did. You feel me? It's a Christian elementary school. This is the part they don't want to tell you too much. They kept saying Christian school. Why don't you tell people it was an elementary school? So you can see that this person went onto an elementary campus, not a high school campus. Not a high school campus. And you think you care about this person's humanity? You do not. You do not care about this person's humanity. In fact, their decisions have made them so low quality, you deny them of their humanity rights and you treat them as if they're not human by extinguishing their lives, expiring their lives. That means your life don't matter no more. Your life does not matter. Therefore, obviously, your human rights are not acknowledged. You're not acknowledged as a human that should live and strive. You're denied of all of that. That's what I'm saying. And I'm giving you a prime, relevant example of low quality versus high quality. And we can sit up here all night long and shuck and jive like, we're all the same. We're one big family. But when it comes down to high quality and low quality, there is a separation. Because that's what you want to do. You want to make everybody, when you got a lot of money, especially these rich folks, you want to make everybody, you high on wine and you high on a whole bunch of good food and sugars and everything. And you want to make everybody a big family. That's you intoxicated in your own life. Come out here on the real streets and you will see how much we're not a family. All this gang stalking and all this craziness, pushing people on trains in New York. That ain't my family. They ain't a part of my family. That's a low quality person. And I need to be separated from them. That's what I'm saying. But these rich folks, because you have these philosophies of rich people, of humanity is equal and all it is, right? You know how rich folks are. They walk around in sandals and khaki shorts, talk in floral shirts, and they're talking about we're all human. Yeah, they do. They go sit by the beach and post on the internet talking about we all human and humanity. The human race and all them kind of quotes. Yeah, it's good to quote that when you're rich and you're away from humanity. Now you appreciate it more. But your experience of appreciating it more does not change the facts where you come from, where you know that there's high quality people and low quality people. You just came to a place where now you're a little separated from humanity. And you appreciate humanity more. And it's probably because you've seen high quality people and you've come outside of America and you've seen all different races and cultures. And that's really what got you valuing humanity. Truth be told, you done been around the world and seen all these different races and ethnicities, and now you place a higher value on humanity. But when you come back to the States, like you probably will, be mindful of the low quality people and the high quality people. And you cannot call us one big family. There's two families. High quality people family and low quality people family. And ain't nothing you can do about it. Ain't nothing you can do about it because they're in conflict with each other. You can have somebody out here to work for everything they got. Go out here to somebody who made a bad, listen, they go out here a night on the town, you know what I'm saying? Enjoying their companion. And some low quality person, I'm not saying black or white or whatever, an American that's low quality will look and target those people that have worked for everything they have and kidnap them and take what they have and do all kind of things to them. And these people did nothing but be high quality people. And you telling me high quality people and low quality people, one big family and should be together? See, what people don't want to recognize and realize is that this is an issue in the black community. It's an issue. Yes, it is. Because when you realize how low quality people in the hood be targeting high quality people, and when you really come to God and you realize how wrong that is, you have to separate. But see, you ain't gonna do it. You know what you're gonna do? You're gonna go back to the equality of humanity card. We're all the same. We're all one big family. But in all actuality, you refuse to acknowledge that those low quality people will always be preying, if they do not change, on high quality people. And they do not deserve to be together or near each other. As long as they are in the mindset of low quality person, they do not deserve and should not be around high quality individuals. And you can take it how you want to take it, but if you're smart enough, you can read between the lines and you know it ain't got nothing to do with race. It has something to do with high quality people versus low quality people. And you've been letting black people, you've been letting Americans hide behind equality of humanity, that we're all the same and all of this stuff. And they've been masquerading to hide their low quality. Nah, it's you got some people that are con artists like that. You feel me? And they know and they know they're low quality. And if they can play on your ignorance of not knowing the difference between equality of humanity and quality of persons, they will bamboozle you and you will be doing them all types of favors, and you will be putting them in places, you would be putting them in places they don't belong. Among people they don't belong. And that's why all kind of stuff happened to you. You know why? Because you put a low quality person where they didn't belong, and they robbed your friends. They did all kind of stuff to your family, and you had to get a restraining order to get rid of them. You had to get a restraining order to get rid of a low quality person. And you know what they fed on? Your acknowledgement of equality of humanity. That's the truth of the matter. And that's why we got to stop letting people play on that card of equality of humanity, and masquerading with that, and they camouflaging that low quality that they got. So you can be so you got to tell people like this, look, I know that we're all human. I understand that. And I know that we're all equal as humans. But you're so low quality of a person, you disqualify yourself anywhere in my perimeters and vicinity. And that's simple as that. And that's all you got to say, and shut it down like that. You don't got to say nothing else, because see, you become at fault when you try to go too deeper into it, and then personal into it with the person. You might have a person that got all this bad history with you, and you start pointing it down, and then they'll say, well, you don't forgive me, or this, that, and the third. They'll say, you're just holding me to these things, these faults. Okay? So it's no need for you to even get into that. What you need to get into is that because you're low quality, you have denied yourself of being in the vicinity of my life, or in the perimeters of my life. That's all you got to say. If they can't look at their low quality and acknowledge it, then hey, that tells you more what you need to know. They can't even acknowledge it. So how are they going to change? How are they going to get the quality that they need? So see, that's what I'm saying. So you gotta understand, man. You can't let people bamboozle you. You can't let people use race cards because if anything, we should be trying to get black people to be high quality, and we're not gonna do it letting them use the equality of humanity card. It's just to stay low quality. This is where everybody hides out at. Using the equality of humanity card. We're all human. We all one big family. You ever seen the guy on the corner say that? We're all human. We're all one big family. Don't forget where you come from. You hear me? Thank you for the money, but don't forget where you come from. Thank you for the money, but you hear that part? Thank you for the money, but don't forget where you come from. Why? Cause I'm high quality. You think I forgot where I came from? Because I'm going somewhere where high quality is. You think I forgot where I come from? Oh, all right. You want me to be in the same place with you, and that makes me uh acknowledge that we're equal to be in the same place with you. Because they'll holler out, well, don't forget where you come from. You know, you give me this money, but don't. And the reality is, man, low quality people start to despise high quality. They despise it. They started to despise it. And guess what? It works both ways. High quality people started to despise low quality and low quality people. And guess what you call it? Racism. Many times you do, yes, yes, yes. Many times it is not a matter of race. High quality just despises the low quality characteristics of individuals, and you chalk it off as racism. You chalk it off as sedity, bougie, out of touch, or whatever else you want to put on it. But in reality, is many people are not as able to articulate themselves as I am. That it is a matter of high quality and low quality. That it is a matter of you being low quality individuals that makes me separate from you, that makes me despise you. It don't have nothing to do with your color. You know what I'm saying? But see, that's another cop out. It's easy to say it's a color situation, a race card, and masquerade behind that too, instead of acknowledging your low quality. It's easy to sit up here when people point out what's going on in the black community as another race card or a sellout person or an Uncle Tom person and masquerade behind that instead of saying we're low quality, collectively speaking. And you don't want to acknowledge that. So guess what you do? All you do is acknowledge equality of humanity and you never get quality of persons. You always acknowledge equality of humanity and you never get around to acknowledging quality of persons. And that's what happened to your community. You know, you keep everyone, it's culturally sound here in America to keep everyone on the same plane, you know, and it's impossible to do it. And so guess what? In all, you just taint the whole situation, the whole world stage, and the whole national stage is tainted with low quality people because you only acknowledge one dynamic, this dynamic of equality of humanity. You did not acknowledge the dynamic of quality of persons, and now the whole national stage looks as it looks because culturally, as far as America goes, you go more with equality of humanity than equality of persons. You go with more of equality of humanity than equality of persons. Yep. And that's why it looks like it looks in your community. And that's why you're sitting up thinking everybody else is low quality too, probably. Well, hey, how can you think outside of yourselves? I don't know anybody who has the ability to lift their head up and just think high quality people in high quality ways, but you low quality yourself. Ow. Come on, man. You thinking the same, you thinking everybody thinking like you thinking. We all human, we ain't none of us perfect. Yeah, that's true. That's true. But you can strive for human perfection, which is excellence. Excellence is human perfection. That's a quote that I made. I didn't get that out of some philosophy book. I made that quote. I make real quotes. Excellence is human perfection. You can't be perfect, but you can be excellent. Excellence is human perfection. You can't be perfect, but you can be excellent. And it's easy to masquerade around about we can't be perfect and never strive for excellence. And so now you see why I'm on the level I'm on. Now you see why I move the way I move. I have no problem with enjoying my own company. See, when your vibration is right, the energy is right in the atmosphere, and you enjoy it. When you off, you don't enjoy your own company because your energy is off. Your energy is out of whack. So why would you enjoy your own company? When your energy is right, you don't mind being alone. People wonder about me all my life why I don't mind being alone. Why am I alone sometimes? And do I mind? It seems like he alone too much. When your energy's right, you don't mind it because you're enjoying your own energy. Your energy is in the atmosphere. So you cool, you good. You know the people that have to always gravitate towards other people all the time are people that don't have good energy. They can't stand their energy in the atmosphere. They can't stand their own energy. That's why they always got to gravitate towards other people. That's what it is. People that can sit down and make a cup of coffee and read a book while it's raining outside, put some jazz on, put some, Christian jazz on or something, and can burn some incense and just chill. They enjoy their own company. Everybody, they got to have like 5 to 10 people in their house at all times. You know what it is? You can't stand your own energy. You can't stand your own energy. And you know what it comes back to? Being high quality and low quality. And when you're high quality, all those goods are going to be in the atmosphere. All that energy is going to be in the atmosphere. You don't got to have a whole bunch of people to cut and paste to make a high quality situation because you are high quality. Therefore, your vibration, your energy is going to be in the air. You know what I'm saying? Your thoughts of what to do and what not to do is going to be in the air. And so it's going to feel all good. It's going to be all good. That's why it's so important to be high quality, because if you're low quality, when you get alone by yourself, you're dealing with all the thoughts of low quality people. You're dealing with the heart of a low quality person, the soul of a low quality person, what you want to do and all this stuff and don't do. And it's all in the air. A high quality person sets the mood for their day. They get up, boom, cook breakfast, drink some coffee. This is alone now. This is by themselves. Put on some good music. Put on some ministry. You know what I'm saying? Pray in the Spirit. Pray in the Holy Ghost. Worship the Lord. Drink the coffee. And they chilling. And see, this sets it up for the next understanding. High quality people and low quality people when it comes to spirituality. When it comes to spirituality and being a Christian, now everyone's in don't take it the wrong way, but it's real. Everyone is low quality. And to a certain degree, without the Lord, without the Word of God, without all it, think about it. That's a totally super high quality person that you're playing around. And you're a totally low quality person, right? And and all you're doing is setting up the situation for someone to force their hand to tell you that is that you're a low quality person. This person is a Christian. They live for God. They seek the Lord. They keep their mind pure. They don't need you to do that. They don't need your government. They don't need nobody to do that. They're in the Holy Ghost. Okay? They pray in the Holy Ghost. You don't do that. You hold fish fries and smoke reefer. That's what you do. You smoke weed, hold fish fries, and you have no intentions of serving the Lord. Okay? You take 1,000,000 pills, you take ecstasy, mollies, both. You take, Percocets, all of that. And you have someone here clean as a whistle. They have worked to be clean as a whistle. Hear that part. They work to be clean as a whistle. Now you think you deserve to be in the same room with that individual. Literally, you're in two different dimensions. Literally. But because you want to use the quality of humanity card, you think you should be in the same room with all your pill popping and drugs and everything you're doing. You think you still deserve. People are arrogant here in America. Black people too. You still think you're still arrogant enough to think you deserve to be in the same vicinity of a person that is seeking the Lord, fasting, know the Lord, and everything. And you don't. You do not. The Bible says there are vessels of honor and vessels of dishonor. Go look that up. Many of you are vessels of dishonor, and you're trying to be among vessels of honor, and you're using the equality of humanity card to try to do that. And you can't play somebody like me. I know that we're all equal as humanity, but we're not all equal as far as quality. And you would think that goes without saying, but some people just don't understand it. And I don't think I'm better than anyone else. I know when it's time to separate. I know when it's time to go in my own lane. And as a man, people should be able to understand that. You know what I'm saying? Who it ever applies to. Some people don't worry about it. Some people do. For the people that worry about why you're not walking as you once did, it's because you made a decision to be higher quality. Not that you feel that you're not equal with them as humanity. But as far as quality, they're not equal with you. Because you have decided to serve the Lord Jesus Christ. So it's not holier than thou. It's higher quality than thou. Oh boy, that's good. That's a 7 hour. It's not holier than thou. It's higher quality than thou. It's higher quality than thou. That's what it is. If it's holier than thou, it's higher quality than thou. And so that's another way people try as far as spirituality, and I'm glad I'm saying it like this. That's another way people try to pull down high quality when it comes specifically to spirituality quality, where you think you're holier than thou. And it really is, you're using the equality of humanity card once again. You think about it. What really made them seem like they're holier than thou? Ask those questions. Now, I know you got self-righteous people. I know you do have them in the world, right? But I'm talking about somebody that's really living for God, right? They're not perfect. But you can read between the lines and say, that person has a heart for God. Okay, so you're classifying that a person that loves the Lord, a person that is seeking the Lord, that decides to take all these things that's in the world out of their life, the Percocets, the ecstasy, all of these things, right? The Xanaxes and all of that. You take all of that. They take all of that out of their lives, and you say they're holier than thou. Yes, many people do this. You will be amazed, and really, it's higher quality than thou. And they made that decision, obviously. Now you see what I'm saying? And they hide, and when they're saying holier than thou, what they're doing is they're insinuating the equality of humanity card once again. Once again, they are insinuating the equality of humanity card. You think you're holier than us. You think you're better than us. That's what they basically saying. Even when you're spiritual. Boy, that's good. That's a 7 owl. When you spiritual, they still try you with that. And how they do is they either say holier than thou, goody two shoes. What else? These are all insinuations that that you should think we're all the same and equal. It's all the insinuations of the equality of humanity card. You don't think you're goody two shoes. You don't think you're holier than thou. You just decide to make a decision. You separate and you differentiate. And they're saying you're being goody two shoes. You're holier than thou. And really, it's still masquerading behind that because they're low quality. They're masquerading behind these terms of you being holier than thou and goody two shoes. They're masquerading behind that, pointing fingers at you with that and as a masquerade, why just being really a low quality individual. And so when you really look at it, it tells you everything you need to know. If they're low quality and he's high quality, he's going to win. I'm going to win. I'm going to win. And everybody with me going to win. Because in the actuality, you're low quality. So guess what? In another battle, you're going to lose somewhere else anyway. You're going to lose somewhere else anyway. Because you're low quality. And that's the whole problem why you're here anyway, the way you are. Because if you messing around me, you got a problem with me, and most people don't, then you must be a low quality person. Because if you was a high quality person, you're going to gravitate towards me. You're going to gravitate towards me. If you're a low quality person, I'm going to repel you. And you're going to repel me. If you want to know who a man is, look at his enemies. If you got enemies with a good person, good-hearted person, person that seeks the Lord, you can't find no fault. You can't find nothing wrong with them. What does that say about you? You can't be a good person having a problem with another good person. What sense does that make? When we find that a person is a good person, it automatically tells us that you're a bad person. Look, it's spiritual mathematics. If I'm a high quality person, my enemies got to be a low quality people. That's a 7 owl. They got to be. If I'm a high quality person, my enemies got to be low quality. If your enemies are high quality, you got to be low quality. You got to be. It's no way, because your reasoning and your understanding of things is going to make it right and be right with high quality people. If you constantly clashing with a high quality person, that means you are making conscious decisions to be an extremely low quality person, which means we should deny you of your humanity. Yeah, you gang stalking. You gang stalking Christians. We should deny you of your humanity. But see, in this American community, where everyone's so docile and soft and weak, we don't punish the low quality people properly. And because everyone's on the equality of humanity card, guess what we wind up doing? Punishing high quality people for separation and differentiating themselves from low quality people. We punish them. But they all together over there, right? That's all low quality people, I guarantee you that. Because high quality people cannot be clicked up with no low quality people. Not for long. Not for long. High quality people always meet low quality people all the time. But I guarantee you it won't last for long. All they gonna do is go back to low quality people. And all high quality people gonna do is either be alone, be with God, and be with God, and be alone, or be with high quality people. In that order, like that. And that's what you really have a war of. And you don't know how to differentiate it, especially in the black community. It gets tricky because of all the racism that has been here, and all the stuff that's been going on, and the hate, the undeserved hate that's been given to black people. It gets tricky when it comes to understanding these two dynamics of equality of humanity and quality of persons. So half of y'all scared to point out that some low quality people are black people. You don't want to point that out, do you? Because of the lack of equality of humanity that they have faced in the past. Unfortunately, we still have to make sure people understand what high quality is and what low quality is, because at the end of the day, God is not letting black people go on the lack of equality of humanity that they received in the past, and he ain't giving them a pass to get to heaven based on that. You still gonna have to be high quality to get to heaven. God ain't gonna say, well, because of the lack of equality of humanity that you face down there, I'm gonna let you on in heaven. God is not going to say that. God is going to say, I'm sorry that your race went through man's free will to do whatever he wants to do because I gave him free will. That was a gift that I gave him. However, that's not going to be sufficient for you to get into heaven because you was a low quality person. You had free will to be a good, decent person, and you chose to hide behind the lack of equality of humanity and masquerade behind that all your life until it caught up with you right now. Now you can't bamboozle me. Now you can't con me. Now you can't intimidate me like you intimidated these white folks. Not to say nothing when you got low quality. You can't intimidate me like that. And now here you are, having to ultimately now face your low quality. And so that's why we listen, this is how serious it is of an issue. It's a heaven to hell situation. If you're low quality, you will not make it to heaven. If you're high quality, you're going to make it to heaven. With God's help and God's strength, you're going to make it. But people that sit up and masquerade all their lives behind equality of humanity cards, and then when judgment time comes, when God judges you, you're going to be so surprised because you've been actually masquerading behind the lack of equality of humanity in your community, and you thought that was sufficient for God to understand. You thought he would give you a pass. And unfortunately, it's just the woes and the sorrows of humanity and man's free will and humanity. And that's not going to be sufficient. You have to be high quality.